Welcome to Blood Bowl 2 Legendary Edition. I'm continuing my review of my Amazons campaign in last season's Open Ladder. The Amazons have played 10 matches so far. We have 9 victories and 1 defeat. In my previous match, we faced off against a necromantic team which raced to a 1-0 lead thanks to their quick werewolves and ghoul. And they were on course for a 2-0 victory before half-time until I zapped the necromantic team's ball carrier with a lightning bolt, at which point the opposing coach promptly quit. So that was the last match. In this match we are facing off against a Dark Elf team. The Dark Elves are described as the bashers of the Elf teams, and that's because they can start with 4 blitzers with block. But they don't get access to strength skills ordinarily. They have to roll doubles for that. Players to watch out for will be the blitzers and the witch elves. The dark elves choose to receive, and they are probably going to go for a quick score here. We are playing away. The weather is nice. The dark elves get +1 fame. And looks like we are about equal in terms of TV. I have 2 blitzers with guard. This one has sidestep as well. Couple of line women with wrestle. My passer has block now. She was leveled up in our previous match. And this catcher has thus far scored the most touchdowns, I think. I've given her block and sidestep to complement her catch and dodge. Meanwhile, if you take a look at the Dark Elf team, they start with 1 loner. The Dark Elves only have average armor, but they are a little more armored than the Wood Elves, for example, or the Pro Elves. One line woman one lineman has block. Now this one will be the player to watch out for, I think. This blitzer has block, mighty blow, for which he had to roll doubles for that, I think, and guard. So he rolled doubles twice. They have only 1 witch elf. This one has leveled up. She has block in addition to her starting skills. Frenzy, dodge, jumping up. This will be another player to look out for. He has tackle, the one skill there. The Amazon coach dreads. He also has sidestep and dodge. So block, dodge, sidestep, pretty common for Dark Elf blitzers. I'm not sure how things will play out in this match. My one area of concern is the Dark Elves are faster than us. Again, the Amazons are identical in terms of stat line, 6337, whereas the Dark Elves have some players with above average speed, notably their blitzers and the witch elf. So it will be interesting to see how this match plays out. Here's a kick. Some randomly selected players are stunned. If you recall, in one of my earlier matches, a Chaos team got the brunt of it, and I took advantage of that to quickly score. What about this one? Ha! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of my players are stunned. 3 of his are stunned as well. Not off to a great start here. So he has actually 2 witch elves. Did not spot that. And his very first block results in an injury. Bad to worse. 6 players stunned. 1 player injured. And he hasn't performed his blitz yet. Here it comes. And oddly enough, he doesn't use the mighty blow blitzer to do the damage. Marks up the few remaining players I have standing. Decides to blitz with this Witch Elf, who promptly KOs one of my linewomen. I literally have 3 players standing at this point, and I haven't begun my turn yet. So this is kind of interesting. The Dark Elf coach has kept his ball carrier pretty deep. Maybe, just maybe, he should have taken advantage of the fact that I have so few players standing and opted to pass it and perform a running play to put his player deep. But I think maybe he was concerned that because my players have universal dodge, I could dodge away from the markers and target the ball carrier. So things are looking pretty bleak at this point for me. Not much I can do. I decided to blitz one of the few players who are in a potential scoring position. Now, the other reason this was a good target for a blitz, because if I get rid of him, I take out a potent threat. Blitz, mighty blow and guard makes this a priority target for me, I think. But if you take a look at this, it's pretty wretched situation to find ourselves in. Perform another 2-die block. Managed to knock down another of his players, but yeah, things are not looking good. Fortunately for me, he's kept his players pretty close to his own half. He's got only 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 players standing in my half right now. None of whom are in touchdown distance. So I still had some reasonable expectation that I could prevent a touchdown. Not great, mind you. But hope springs eternal. Who would the blitz target be? Most probably this blitzer with guard. Decides to blitz with a Witch Elf again. Knocks down the blitzer with guard, and she's stunned. I have 2 players standing at this point. Start picking up my players up. If there's not one reason to be positive here, he's sort of compressed his players in this area, making it easy for me to defend. If he had spread his players out, I would be spread thin. But this gives me an opportunity to try to mark his players, force him into rerolls. The Dark Elves do have agility 4, which means they have an 83% chance of dodging away into a free square. But still, there's always going to be a 1 in 6 chance of failure. It goes down to 1 in 36 with a reroll. But at this point, he has only 2 rerolls. (11 versus 9 in the Dark Elves' favor. What would they do? Are they going to quickly score the touchdown or try to drag things out? If they score quickly, that would leave me with ample time to score the equalizer before half time. And since I get the ball in the second half, things would look good for me to get a 2-1 victory. So I guess looking at his opening moves, he's being very safe and cautious here. So it is possible that he's going to attempt to stall. Another one of my players is stunned. At this point, I gratefully accept a stunned instead of a pitch removal. Block versus block. Both players remain standing. And he's down to 1 reroll now. After blocking a thrower with block, with alignment without it. That resulted in a 1 and 9, forcing the use of a reroll. Dodge pushes this catcher back, but now she's in danger of being crowd surfed. And that is our third pitch removal at this stage. 11 versus 8. Yeah, looks very, very difficult for us. My 2 guard players are over here. The Dark Elf coach will obviously be thinking of marking this guard player with the Witch Elf. That is the only player remaining free for him. Let's see if he does that. No, he opts to blitz instead. Targets my Mighty Blow Blitzer. Frenzy kicks in, and it's only a push thanks to dodge. I now get a 2-die block against this player. Can I actually target the ball carrier? Does not look like it. I could attempt to knock down both these players. Now that the guard player is here, gives me 2 dice blocks. She blocks against her. She blocks against him. At which point I can bring in my... yeah, it looks kind of tricky, doesn't it? Attempt to knock down the Witch Elf. Succeed with a reroll. It's a stun thanks to Mighty Blow. Okay, fantastic. 10 to 8. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't get a blitz against the ball carrier. Simply do not have the players for it. These 2 players are the only ones who can move at this point, and they are out of position. Managed to knock down this lineman with block. So there's pretty much very little I can do to prevent the touchdown here. But if he does score early, as I mentioned earlier, it is not necessarily a bad thing. Make a risky GFI here. Token attempt to make things... well, it's not exactly hairy, is it? 1 handoff, 83%, and... 2 GFIs will get him the lead, but he's already down to 1 reroll. So let's see what his opening moves are. Again, playing it very safe. Oops. And that is his last reroll. Okay. 1 in 36. Failure of the GFI now gives me an opening here. Strictly speaking, this was not at all necessary. He could have attempted to free the ball carrier by blitzing with his Witch Elf. But looking at the SPP for his players, I think he may have been attempting to... he was intending to give the ball to the Witch Elf to score, I think. 0 SPP Witch Elf suggests this is a new recruit. I was hoping to level her up. Wait a minute, I thought he had 2 Witch Elves. Okay, yeah, one is over here, sorry. So what would my moves be? He failed to pick up this Witch Elf. So this was a pretty bad move here by him. Gave me a big fat opening. How am I going to take advantage of this? Got one guard player over here. If she can dodge out and move over here, that would give me a 2-die block here. Not very clear cut, but I think my main priority first priority here should be to plan for failure. Attempt to move this player over here. Make sure these players find it difficult to move towards the end zone. Let's see what I do here. Pick up the line woman. Mark this Mighty Blow Blitzer who is gone. So now, who do I block with? This ball carrier does not have block. So even with a 1-die block, I would have a 50% chance of sacking this ball carrier. It's only a push. Interesting that I chose to blitz with this blitzer here, because the ball carrier does not have any skills. This still doesn't give me a 2-die block. With the reroll, sacking the ball carrier with this line movement with wrestle, I think goes up to 75%. I have 2 rerolls and using it to sack the ball carrier would be a smart move. Things are very congested in this place here. Okay, it's push. I reroll it and another push. Unfortunately, I failed to knock down the ball carrier. A risky 1-dice block succeeds in knocking down this dangerous Dark Elf. Things are looking pretty uncomfortable for the Dark Elf coach. He can simply dodge out here. That would be a straightforward 83%, but because he has no rerolls, Every move he makes at this point has got to be really thought through. So opening block succeeds. Ball carrier is safe now thanks to his chain pushing here. Here, this is where the sidestep came very handy for him. But it was kind of useful for me as well, because now this blitzer is over here. He's yet to blitz. If he picks this lineman up and blitzes with this lineman, he could push this player away. But this player has sidestep, and this lineman has loner. Not that it matters because he has 0 reroll, so he can't reroll it anyway. So the Dark Elf coach has caused himself some problems here. Rolls his guard player up to give him a 2-die block. Succeeds in knocking down my blitzer with guard. And that is the failed dodge attempt. 83% failed. This player has a 2-dice block against this lineman, but he has block. This switch off does not. I have another guard player over here. I may have a shot at the ball here, but it's going to take some interesting chain pushes, and because of sidestep, that really complicates matters, I think. Suppose another type of player might be considering in terms of chain pushing players off the field. But my focus generally tends to be on the ball itself. Priority has got to be attempting to stop them from scoring. This 0 reroll situation makes it very risky for the Dark Elves, and I should take advantage of that. First block succeeds. Got 2 players next to the ball carrier now. So where should the next block come from? If I block this player, it's going to result in a chain push. Yeah, things are so congested here. Really hard for me to see a way to get the blitz against the ball carrier. If I blitz with this blitzer here, push this lineman with block into this ball carrier, and then push this guy back, could I get a push over here? Crowd surf this lineman. But still, where would the blitz come from? Let's see what I actually do. Okay. Okay, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Maybe I should not have followed. So it's already used as apothecary. And he did not have any substitutes. Should I have followed there? If I position this player over, position the thrower here, should be able to get two-die block against this guard player. Could actually attempt to blitz from over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blitz here. After I stand this player up, gets a two-die block. Blitz here. Push. And to complicate matters, this witch elf has jump up. Huh. Okay. So that is my last reroll. Wow. So the use of the apothecary earlier means this lineman is going to stay dead, but it's a 0 SPP lineman. Can't remember what they cost. I think 70k. Now where's the blitz going to come from? It's such a complex situation here. Succeed in knocking down this blitzer. Still have two players free here. The chimes indicate I was running out of time. So a foul is not something I usually do, but in this scenario, he's already lost one player to a death, another player from a KO, and he's already used his apothecary. A player with block and dodge is going to be incredibly annoying the longer the match continues. So attempting to take her out with a foul was not too bad, particularly since I had a bench. Ball carrier is safe. Fails to knock down the blitzer with mighty blow. Despite two attempts. And that is another failed dodge there. So I had a golden opportunity to get the ball here, but I was out of team rerolls. Now, having pushed one of his players off the pitch and caused a death, I think I might be a little greedy at this point. I might be thinking in terms of trying to crowd surf this witch elf as well. And also there's a distinct danger if I push this player off the field with a blitz. The ball is going to scatter somewhere around here. These dark elves over here will dodge out with 83% chances of succeeding and speed to the end zone this way. So there was another danger there. Yeah, I don't think this was a good move here. This was not really necessary at this point. Because I had 0 team rerolls, I should have been thinking in terms of priorities, and the main priority is to get to the ball. Everything else is secondary. If I get to the ball and manage to pick it up, then I should consider crowd surfing and knocking down these players. But my first priority should have been the ball. Here comes the blitz. It's a knockdown, and the crowd lets the lineman off easily, or easy. The ball went exactly where I didn't want it to. So we prevented the Dark Elves from scoring this way, and now we have to reposition ourselves to concentrate on this. The Dark Elves are 2 turns after this. 3 players over here, and this Witch Elf can jump up. Another player pushed off the field. Yes. So after a pretty horrendous start, we have reduced the Dark Elves to 6 players. On the downside, I have 2 players left to move during this turn, and the ball is uncomfortably close to my end zone. This Dark Elf has movement 7. These 2 linemen have movement 6. And this Witch Elf, despite being on the ground, and this, she's going to be able to jump up and move 7 spaces if she dodges away from her marker. Okay, attempt to mark the ball with this thrower. She has block and dodge. But all the Dark Elves have to do is, if they push this blitzer away, this player has a free shot at the ball if he blitzes this thrower away. But they don't actually need to block this blitzer to free themselves. They can simply dodge away. Okay. A scoring threat. They don't actually have to run it in. They could attempt a running play or a passing play. Pushes my blitzer away. Maybe you should have attempted to push with this player instead. Because now this lineman would have to make a dice roll, which he fails. So I could attempt to surf another Dark Elf here. But the priority should be ensuring that the ball is safe. I had not only the slimmest of chances of scoring. If I pick up the ball with a thrower, mover away, dodge away with this blitzer and make a couple of GFIs, I will still have to make GFIs for the next turn to have a realistic chance of scoring. But realistic doesn't mean particularly good. So if instead of making a lot of risky moves with GFIs, I think the priority should be simply keeping the ball safe. Just mark it. This one is attempting to put a tackle player next to the Witch Elf with dodge. Block versus no block is relatively safe. Here comes the blitz. Oddly enough, I resist the temptation to push this player off the field and target this Mighty Blow blitzer instead. Probably a smart move because at this point I think I'm thinking of in terms of second half. Get another chance. It's only a stunned. Another foul. And this time I get punished for it. A linewoman with wrestle is sent off. But again, I have reserve, so that was not really a big concern. So that was that, I think. My final turn before the half. Another attempted foul. KO'd the Mighty Blow blitzer. So he's got 3 players KO'd. If these 3 players remain unconscious for the next half, I would have a serious advantage and have every reason to be optimistic for a victory. I failed to pick up the ball. So that is the first half. After a horrendous first turn, we saw six players stunned, and then 1 player injured, and another player KO'd. Managed to claw my way back into the match. Let's take a look at the second half here, what the situation is in terms of numbers. I have a team of 11, they have only 8, sorry. So I was feeling pretty confident at this point. All I had to do was keep the ball for 7 turns and score on my 8th turn. That is to say, score in turn 16. That would leave the Dark Elves with only 1 turn to reply. So I'm going back and forth with my setups, which I usually tend to do. I don't usually keep presets for my teams. That results in a longer setup time for attack and defense, but something I prefer to do. Opening blocks do not result in any serious injuries. Armor break and it's only a stunned. Dark Elves are temporarily down to 6 players. Sorry, 7. This player will pick himself up in 2 turns. I blitz with my Mighty Blow Blitzer, once again targeting their Blitzer with Mighty Blow, but fail to knock him down. Fail to pick up the ball. Decline to use the reroll. Maybe at this point I was feeling a little overconfident. 11 versus 8 might suggest an easy touchdown. But things are never quite that easy when you're playing a game with fate playing a part in every action you make. Once again, the Dark Elf coach rolls a 1. Very frustrating for me. Very frustrating for him. Very amusing for me. As I noted earlier, whenever an elf fails a dodge attempt, it is an occasion for much merriment. And the Dark Elf team is reduced to 7 players now. Another knockdown. Does not result in an armor break this time. I've yet to pick up the ball. Succeed this time, move my player up. So I'm looking pretty comfortable at this point in the game here. Dark Elf coach must be feeling a little frustrated. Blitzes with the prone Blitzer, who picks himself up and launches into a furious assault on my Blitzer with tackle, fails to knock her down. Succeeds in 2 risky dodges. So the Dark Elf coach doesn't have much to work with here. So what would my thinking be? My thinking would be, if I score quickly, I would be giving the Dark Elf coach an opportunity to score the equalizer, and it will also give him an opportunity to get this place back into the match. So my thought process would be, try to extend this for as long as possible, ideally until turn 16. So my focus right now would be attempting to pick off his players one by one, using my numeric advantage to get 2 die blocks, and picking my targets. Once again I pick this Mighty Blow Blitzer again. He is the most dangerous player on their team at this point. Mighty Blow against AV7 is usually going to leave the AV7 players in a bloody mess on the ground. Move the ball carrier a massive 2 squares forward. At least I made it over the line of scrimmage. But once again, you can see I'm not in any hurry. Content simply to work my way slowly to the end zone. More frustration for the Dark Elf coach. Another failed dodge. I would love to see how many ones the Dark Elf coach rolled in this match so far. Knock down the lineman. So obviously I'm going to move the cage up this way. Failed to knock down the blitzer with dodge and sidestep. So this is another threat. The blitzer with dodge, sidestep and tackle. The Dark Elf coach literally has one player standing. Picks up his downed players. Fails another dodge attempt with another one. Interesting. This is very interesting because this blitzer with block, dodge, sidestep and tackle is right next to my ball carrier. Knocking him down is going to prove incredibly frustrating. So the ball carrier is in some danger at this point. Another failed dodge attempt. Another one. So let's give credit where credit is due. The Dark Elf coach didn't concede, but simply got on with it. So the first attempt to knock down this blitzer with tackle and sidestep fails. I'm not sure this was a smart move here. So this move is obviously attempting to prepare for a dodge away. The smart move would be simply attempting to blitz first. I need to get this player down. Attempting to dodge away without the dodge skill, and because tackle negates dodge, the dodge attempt is only a 2 out of 3 chance of succeeding. With a reroll, okay, that goes up to 8 out of 9. 89%. But still, blitz with the... So this is where the sidestep skill comes in handy. If he did not have sidestep, this player would be pushed off here or pushed off here, freeing the ball carrier. But thanks to sidestep, he simply repositions his blitzer with sidestep and tackle. This way, he's still next to the ball carrier. And I've already used my reroll for the turn. So what would the smart play be here? The smart play would be attempting to push this, or not push, knock down the this blitzer with the ball carrier. Would maybe not the smartest play because there's a risk of failure. But simply dodging away is going to be very risky because I've already used my rerolls. And I can't rely on the dodge skill here due to tackle. So here, all these moves here are in preparation for me to put the ball carrier in this spot. I should have prepared for failure. I should have marked this player. Very optimistic. And this is the failed dodge attempt. So from looking very comfortable, suddenly I've just given the Dark Elf team some hope. A small glimmer of hope, but hope nonetheless. This Witch Elf has jumped up. She's in range of the ball. All the Dark Elves have to do is dodge out one player to blitz this line woman. So this was the key moment in the match when I handed the initiative back to the Dark Elves. Another failed dodge, another one. He uses his last reroll, and here comes a blitz. Succeeds in knocking down my line woman. Stuns her to boot. Picks up the ball easily with his Witch Elf. And now I've gone from a very comfortable position to a slightly precarious one. At this point, I must be thinking that the Dark Elves could steal the victory here. It seems considerably unlikely 2 turns earlier, but right now I have no one in defense. This Witch Elf is faster than my players. There was a distinct danger I could lose the match now. So the Dark Elf coach, despite having the ball, still is preparing for failure. He puts one player here in case I retrieve the ball. There's a gap over here. If I put the blitzer with guard here, I could nullify these 2 tackle zones from this, 2 assists from this players here. I could attempt to sack the Witch Elf with this line woman with wrestle. A 1 dice block with wrestle has a 75% chance of sacking the ball carrier with a reroll. Interesting. Okay, so this one was a risky GFI, but now I have a 2 dice block. with this blitzer with tackle. The witch elf does have block and dodge, but tackle negates dodge. Safe moves first, preparing for failure. Here comes the blitz. This is a critical moment in the match. Fail the first attempt, succeed with a reroll. Now where is the ball going to scatter? Over there. I have 2 players left to move. I've already used my reroll. Mighty blow versus a lineman. Merely stuns him. Running out of time at this point. Plant my throw and right next to the ball, making it hard for the Dark Elves to pick it up. Things are on the knife edge here. Red die block succeeds in pushing away my blitzer. Block versus block, no effect. A 1 dice block, sort of desperate. KOs my blitzer with guard. Another field dodge. Another one. My god, how many ones did this Dark Elf coach roll? Down to 2 turns. 1 reroll. And I do not have the ball. Okay. Knock down the witch elf. 1 dark elf remaining right next to the ball. Knock him down. Fail to pick up the ball. After rolling a 1 of my own, succeed with a reroll. But now both teams have used up their team rerolls. Awfully close to the end zone here. 6 squares away. Could the Amazons make it? Dark Elf coach rolls another 1, but thanks to dodge, he succeeds at the second attempt, pushes away 1 corner of the cage. Fails a GFI. And this marker, blitzer with block, dodge, sidestep and tackle makes him a very hard to shake off marker. So take a look at the situation. Turn 16, 0-0. 0 rerolls remaining. The Dark Elves has no hope whatsoever of scoring, I think, even if they manage to retrieve the ball. Well, I suppose if this blitzer managed at 67%, 83%, 2 GFIs, 83%, 83%, he could be in touchdown distance if the Dark Elves somehow manage to retrieve the ball. I think right now I have the initiative. I had the opportunity to score the winner here. Could I do it? So how would I go about it? All I had to do was get rid of this player. Easier said than done. There's a guard player right here, and this player has sidestep. Even if I push him away, he can reposition himself to another square next to the ball carrier. On the plus side, I have 5 players free who don't need to dodge away. Remember, 0 team rerolls. So whatever moves I make at this point must be carefully thought out. Blitz with the line woman, attempting to knock this player down. Fail. So this is going to be the potential receiver. The catcher does have catch, which allows her to reroll a fumble catch. So instead of the usual 67% for an agility 3 catch, it goes up to 89%. But I still need to get the ball to her. To do that, I need to get the ball carrier away from this player. I can't simply attempt to pass because this blitzer has agility 4. I think you can see my thinking here. I'm attempting to get rid of this player. And in attempting to make it as safe as possible, I'm attempting to get a 3-die block. To get a 3-die block, I need a strength 3 player and 4 assists. So far I have 3. This is the 4th assist. So if I'm going to make a block with this blitzer who has block, okay, so this should be a 3-die block, relatively safe. Okay, by pushing this player away and vacating this square, I leave an empty space here for my ball carrier to dodge away. This is a straightforward 89% chance to dodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At which point I can plant the... I got two choices here. I can either attempt to first dodge away and make GFIs and hand off the ball, or I can dodge away, move over here and make a quick pass to this catcher. This is an 89% chance to succeed. The pass will be a 67%. The catch will be an 89%. Alternative is 89% chance to dodge, 83% for the GFIs, followed by another 83% for the, another 83%, a 67% chance for the handoff. Interesting choice. This was a 67%. Straightforward 67%. Make 1 GFI. So I still could attempt another GFI here, I guess. And that was that. After all that hard work to get to here, a failed catch by a catcher with catch. All she needed was a 3+, 67% chance. With the catch skill that goes up to 89%. She failed the first attempt, rolled a 1 for her second attempt. So that was that. Where's the ball going to scatter? Over there. Fortunately, the Dark Elves have no chance of scoring. But this will be marked as a failure by the Amazons to win rather than a deserved draw, I think. So, very disappointing finish to the match. It started off horribly, clawed my way back into contention, had every possible opportunity to score the winner, spurned it at the death. So 0-0. So you take a look at the final stats. The Amazons managed to succeed at more blocks, 47 to 33. Inflicted 4 KOs to their 2, 1 injury and 1 kill. In terms of SPP, not much for either team. What was the... Okay, 34 ones. 34 ones for the Dark Elf team from all those failed dodges. They managed only 63% of their dodges. Now remember that the Dark Elves have agility 4. So a base dodging chance of 83%. They only succeeded 63% of the time. GFIs as well, they were quite unlucky. 57% success rate. So the Dark Elf coach was desperately unlucky, but I wasn't able to take advantage of it. More 6s than 1s for me. Succeeded all my GFIs. Succeeded 66% of my dodges. Almost standard, I think, for agility 3, but because we have the dodge skill, maybe not really representative. So this was a squandered opportunity for our 10th victory. Would things improve in our next match? I will see you next time.